But look at the wonderful spread we've got in front of us here. Today, we want to focus on nutrition. March is Nutrition Month with a real special kind of promotion twist. We're very pleased to have back on this business of farming, Carol Sekulik. Now, Carol is a dietitian with the Dairy Nutritional Council of Alberta. So, Carol, nice to have you back with us on the show.
Thank you very much. It's always nice to be back in Red Deer.
Now, with March being Nutrition Month, you've got kind of a unique promotion that you're working on. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, well, March is the entire month of March is Nutrition Month, but we're approaching the Oscar time and the Academy Awards. So what we thought we'd do is introduce some ideas, because most people are maybe not having Oscar parties, but are probably sitting down watching the Oscars with their favorite foods. And we just wanted to give some good practical tips on how to make your most favorite foods, how to boost the nutritional value of them.
Now, lots of times we think of those snack foods as a lot of fun, but probably are a little guilty about them, feeling about them, because they're not always very nutritional, are they?
Yeah, well, you know, they can be, but sometimes your favorite foods, you just tend to overindulge in one, and they might belong to a food group, or they might not belong to a food group and just give you a lot of extra calories, but not a lot of nutrients. But what I did is bring some examples today that can bring extra nutrients to your favorite foods.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of them. You were asking me about some of my favorites, I guess, and some of these are looking a lot like my favorites.
Okay, so for chicken wings, for example, a pretty popular favorite if you're going out or if you're staying in, because they're pretty easy to prepare. But one thing that you can do to boost the nutritional value is to have them with the raw vegetables, because often when you buy them or you serve them in restaurants, they're served with celery or carrot sticks, and often they're left behind and not eaten with the chicken wings. But make sure you eat your vegetables. And the other thing we brought along is this great dip that we have on our website. It's a yogurt-based dip, and so what you can do is dip the chicken wings in that, so you can boost some of your calcium, give you some extra protein, and it can also balance out the higher fat choice. An interesting thing that you can do too is if you are just having chicken wings, you can also prepare chicken skewers and broil that up. So again, that's a lower fat choice, would balance out the higher fat choice of your chicken wings.
So it's a bit of a balancing act. It's not so much that they're bad, but you can balance off what might be.
And what you do to boost nutrition is make sure that you're covering off some more food groups, because, you know, chicken wings, again, a higher fat choice, but part of the meat and alternatives group, but balance that off with having some fruits and vegetables and having a bit of milk product with your yogurt-based dip.
Now, I have to admit, nachos are a bit of a snack favorite for me, and I see you've got a tasty-looking dip for those as well.
Yeah, what you can do, we have here, it's a great tasting Mexican cheese dip. Again, and what that will do, it'll boost the calcium content of your diet. Now, if you wanted to make just some baked nachos, what you can do is have some, use corn chips or tortilla chips, and on top of that, shred some cheeses, add some lots of fruits and lots of vegetables, I should say. Maybe add some beans and some beef for some extra fiber and iron. So again, covering a lot of your food groups there and boosting the nutritional value just of nacho chips.
And again, a variety of bread choices looks like. That's one way you can go as well.
Yeah, certainly. If you wanted to, it's a great thing to dip. It's a lower fat choice as well, and so a great addition to any snack or any meal.
Now, a couple over your corner there. They
my favorites, coffee and ice cream.
Okay, yeah. Tell us about those.
Okay, well, if you are sitting down and having a cup of coffee, I mean, coffee, there is nothing wrong with coffee or bad with coffee, but how to boost nutritional value is you could make a latte or have a chai latte, and we have those recipes on our website as well. And so what you can do is it boosts the calcium and the protein content of it, so it makes it a little bit more of a nutritious beverage choice. If your beverage of choice is pop, for example, you're sitting down watching the Oscars and you're drinking some pop, what you can do is maybe have some pop, but limit yourself to 1 can, and instead a nutritious choice would be, or another choice would be to have chocolate milk, or maybe just add some fruit juice and sparkling water, and sparkling mineral water, and that could give you some other choices in alternative just to having pop.
You've got kind of a special recipe just with the Oscars in mind.
Yes, yeah. Well, if you are having just plain old ice cream as your snack, what you can do to make it a little bit more Oscar-worthy or tasty is we are calling this our Oscar wrap-up. And what it is, actually get 3 of the 4 food groups here. You have ice cream in the middle wrapped in a tortilla, which is actually, it's a whole wheat one. You can sprinkle some cinnamon on it and have some sauteed apples, or just, you could add some fruit to it as well. But it's a great recipe. Tried it yesterday. It tastes great.
Now, the ice cream itself looks to have a little of that Oscar glitter sparkle to it.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's our food prep ice cream to make sure it doesn't melt under the hot lights, but it's holding up very well.
But then your ice cream, you can play around with that too. One of the dips.
Certainly. What else you can do with ice cream if you don't want to make this wrap that we have here is just add fruit to it. And again, add some fruit or maybe some nuts, and you're again covering some more of your food groups and making the choices that you're having a little bit more nutritious.
So then when we think about the variety of food choices we have, sometimes when it comes to snack foods, we don't have as much variety. Is that what you're trying to get across, is to have a little more of a variety in our snack foods?
Yeah, because typically when you have your favorite food, it typically belongs to one food group. So what you want to do is when you're looking down and sitting down at a favorite meal or favorite snack, try to assess, oh, how many food groups do I have here, and try to incorporate more. And if your favorite food or snack is a little bit higher in fat, by incorporating different foods from the food groups, like some milk products or some vegetables or some grain products, you can balance that out and add more nutrients. Because each food group gives you specific nutrients that you need, and the more balance and variety that you have, the better you are for having a healthy diet.
Okay, well, healthy diet for good times, and we appreciate you coming in and showing us all this lovely food today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
I've been talking with dietitian Carol Sekulik, reminding you to have an Academy Award-winning snack as you watch the Oscars coming up this weekend. We'll have more and tell you about this.